Hey there. Welcome in. I wasn't expecting anybody today, but you are more than... Wait a minute. Are you? How can I help you? Alright, perfect. Now, I just want to say this is my first day, so I've got my little notebook here to get you every single thing you need. A person of your status, I would like to do everything I possibly can to make your entire trip as wonderful, amazing, memorable, and fantastic as it can possibly be throughout the galaxy. Okay, so, first we've got your name, and of course I know it, but how do you spell it again? Alright, thank you for that. And your preferred climate for your actual vacation spot, what would that be like? Yeah, so, Hoth is very cold, Naboo is nice and sunny most of the time, Tatooine's very hot and dry, stuff like that. I guess Naboo also does have the swamps, if you would like. Okay, yeah. So, with this vacation, what are you looking to get out of it? Are you looking to get out just a relaxation trip, an adventurous trip, a little bit of scandalous trip? Okay, some R&R is always very nice. I'm sure a person of your stature could use it after the long hours that I am fully aware that you work. Food preferences. Okay, so what would you like to eat? Are you on a plant-based diet, a Mediterranean diet? I'm sure you know the rest, yes. They actually did not. I apologize for that. They did not send over your dietary restrictions. Okay. Perfect. And your comfort level, I'm going to assume that with relaxation, you want the most comfortability that money can buy, but I just want to ask you about your budget a little bit here. What are you looking to spend? Are Republic credits just not even a word to you or phrase to you, and we're just going for the top of the line? Okay, perfect. And with that, you're going to get the maximum amount of comfort. Let me just jot that down. And go over to your budget tier. Not applicable. Your danger tolerance, I'd assume you want this to be a very, very safe trip with an escort that can clearly be protective of you and whoever your companions may be. Perfect. So we do have at this level a preferred transport, and from there we can try to see if we can get you any privatized or commercial transports. Excellent model. That is very top of the line, so it will be up there in credits, but as you said, credits are of no importance to you. I'd imagine that's quite nice. I will have to check in the system to see if that is available. I believe we had one left in stock, not during... I didn't ask, when were you looking to take this trip? Tomorrow. Okay. Let me just check for that ship here. You're in luck. It actually just returned from the orbit of Kessel. No idea what it was doing there, but we have a very don't ask, don't tell situationship here with our clients. Travel companion style. So, first, who will you be traveling with? Okay, so that's your small group, perfect. And would you like us to provide any fashion styles that are popular here in the Republic? Would you like outer rim styles, or anywhere across the galaxy short of the unknown space? We simply do not offer it because we simply do not know. Maybe a designer such as is Queen Amidala, whoever Queen Amidala is, or she's a senator now, my apologies, whoever her designer is, I bet you she could come up with something quite amazing. But okay. Perfect. They've got their own stuff. And with this level, we do provide an escort. As I said, this escort at this package level will be a newly branded Jedi Knight. We like to provide some experience for those Jedi Knights just entering their individual state. Perfect. Do you have any clothes that you would request that they wear? We cannot guarantee that they wear the clothes because they do have a strict code within the Jedi Order, but we can request it at your convenience. The robes are okay? Perfect. Alright. I think we are good then here. Going to slide you this paper over, and what I'm going to need you to do is when you get to the gate, just show them this paper. There's a little QR code there at the bottom that will simply be scanned. They will know it's you. You'll present identification at that time, and then they will allow you on your cruiser. Alright, and I've got a brochure here. Here you are. So this brochure is going to tell you all about the region you'll be visiting, which is Naboo, Theed Palace. You will go through the Palace District on your way over to the Lake Country. Yes. Alright, let's just see what else I need for you here. I've got a holopad here when we're completed. And we've got enough. Okay, we've got some additional questions here. And these are important just for the deeper information that I need from you. And this is what will be going in the holopad. This will be sent through our system to the actual ship company so that they will know how to address you and all that sort of stuff. And this is going to start with your arrival style. Would you prefer a more private landing, or would you prefer a full scenic approach over Theed? Okay. Perfect. We'll get you down for that. Your lodging for your stay, I can place you near the Palace District, the Lake Country, or somewhere slightly removed from the city for a more quiet atmosphere? You're correct. I was assuming that it would be the Lake Country, taking into account all of your answers on our previous form. Yes. So, Lake Country it is. Your first stop is said to be... What is... It is up to you. My apologies. This is my first time with an elite client such as yourself. So we can make your first stop a garden walk, a balcony view of the city, or a slow meal overlooking the water. Perfect. I'm going to be honest, the view of the city would have been artificial because being in the Lake Country, you chose perfectly with that meal with a view of the beautiful lakes. They're so glistening in this time of year. I wish I could go. I'm a little jealous that you get to go. Alright, we've got food. We went over that. Pacing. You wanted relaxed. Security. And your keepsake, which we will go over here. So, this hollow pad will give you all the information you need. Just take back my pen there. And if you look there, it shows you, again, all the information you need should you require a second form. And looking over at my monitor here, it looks like you will be getting on that luxury 3000 space yacht, which, like I said, is an excellent model that blends luxury, privacy, and comfort. Alright, further information about your departure and arrival. Your departure from Coruscant will be at 2 p.m. Coruscant Standard Time. Once we clear Coruscant traffic, the transfer to hyperspace corridor should take about 15 minutes. After that, the jump to Naboo will feel very smooth and, as you know, with hyperspace travel, surprisingly brief. It's been so amazing, hyperspace travel, which, imagine if we were in the High Republic days and we're still mapping out all of these routes. My goodness, how would our travel agency be able to exist back then? Perfect. Your arrival is scheduled for early afternoon, Naboo Standard Time, with landing clearance in the Senatorial Bay. That is going to be huge for you. The lodging style on Naboo will be a beautiful villa once visited by the former queen and acting senator Padme Amidala. And a little bit of a rumor is she got married to a young suitor out on the countryside in that villa. Very, very cool indeed. Here we have my favorite biography of the former queen. This is taking place just after her giving up her throne and being asked to serve as acting senator in the Republic. First meal, of course, will be a Naboo delicacy. That is a plant-based delicacy, and basically it's largely fruits and vegetables, is the layman's way to say that. You will be taking the scenic route, it looks like, through Theed, passing the Naboo Royal Palace. Be sure to take in the Naboo craftsmanship while being escorted through said palace district. It is absolutely beautiful. They make it a requirement that we visit some of our most popular destinations before we are given independent authority to work at a level such as this, so that was one of my first destinations. And of course, eventually you'll arrive in the lake country with beautiful views of the countryside, lakes, beaches, and the architecture of the villa. I've only seen holo photos of this place, and it's fantastic. As I said previously, your security level with this package comes with your very own Jedi escort. They will watch over you or visit to make sure you're as safe as you can be. It also appears that you will be escorted by a protocol droid, a C-3PO. Huh. I didn't know 3PO was back from his mission. Okay, so you'll be accompanied by a Republic hero, C-3PO. I wonder if he has a mission. I'm not sure, but enjoy the company. 3PO knows a whole heck of a lot about a whole heck of a lot. That protocol droid has seen some stuff. Alright, your souvenir package, of course. It includes a holo photo session among the lakeside. You can choose to take it in the villa starting out. We can end you on one of the islands or the beach if you don't feel comfortable swimming out to an island. Or, of course, you can take it in the rolling fields, yes. All are fantastic options. There's no limit to this holo photo session, seeing as you have our highest tier. Return travel. Return travel comfort settings will once again include the senatorial level of comfort. You will be leaving from the Theed Palace Senatorial Bay, same bay you will be arriving in. And you will be traveling in a J-type 327 Nubian Royal Starship. And that, once again, is something that is particularly and just simply typically used only by political figures, so you are in good hands. I don't believe there's a ton of weaponry or defense on there, but I could be wrong about that one. They're luxury crafts, of course, so you will have 2 fighter escorts. In your return will be at 4 p.m. Coruscant Standard Time, exactly 12 days after your initial departure. So, with all that out of the way, I slide this to you, and I ask, do you have any final questions? Of course, the Jedi will be equipping a lightsaber, yes. The protocol droid must go as well. I apologize for that inconvenience, but it is red underlined and circled over here. So I guess something's going on with 3PO that's taking them back to Naboo temporarily. It doesn't appear that you'll be returning with 3PO, so I'm sure you'll get a ride some other way, but that is what it is. Of course. So, do you have the credits with you today to purchase this, seeing as your package starts tomorrow? Wow. The fact that the luxury cruiser, the J-type Nubian, and the villa was free is insane. You are a very lucky individual. That is a lot of credits. Okay. What? Sorry. Like I said, first day on the job. I just got back from all of the popular planets that we are supposed to visit before getting at the desk, so I have never seen so many credits. Wow. Okay, yes, of course, just place that over here on the desk for me, and I will take this board here and write down some stuff. J-type, your name, your departures tomorrow. You'll be starting in a luxury 3000. And is there any other information that I need you to scan here? I don't believe so, so I'm just going to ask that you sign below. Alright, perfect. Thank you very much for that. Put that over here for now. And is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so, so once again, do you have any other questions? Alright, perfect. Well, I just want to thank you on behalf of the company for choosing us for all of your travel needs. I say to you to take care, enjoy your vacation, and you will have to let us know how the trip goes when you're back, if you have the time. I know you're a busy person. Alright, thank you. Alright, so we weren't supposed to have any new clients. They were definitely scheduled for today. I was looking at tomorrow. I'm sure it's fine.